Well, it's August. That makes 2 years I've been a member of the Fresh Mouth Club. That means, at my discretion, I get delivered a whole kit, complete with nano silver toothpaste, a new toothbrush, and nano silver rinse. I love the nano silver rinse. Anywhere, anytime, it comes in a small container. It can go with you, and you can feel it working immediately. A small vial goes a long way, and you get one every time you get an order, and you decide when you want the orders to come. Fresh Mouth Club also supports Maha products and also is an America First company. And while you're at it, don't forget about redpillliving.com/snarky, also an America First company, also a supporter of Maha products. You get the finest C60 used with high quality oils, along with a myriad of other premium health aids that the deep state does not want you to have. Check out Red Pill Living's products. Go to redpillliving.com/snarky. Well, hello everyone, it's me, and I am here, Snarky McAllister, you can call me, but I am revamping everything, and I'm doing it for you. I am doing it for you, though, in a lot of ways, because I want things to run smoother. I want to get more information out there, and I have the information, that's just it, but I have a horrible time finding things. So that is my goal, is to organize all my information now. Copious notes on this. You can't do anything without a plan. I'm not sure if it was Benjamin Franklin or who it was that said an hour of planning is worth like everything. You could get more done with an hour of planning. As much planning as you can put into it is as much success as you're going to have with your endeavor. So, excuse me. See, I don't know if I'm going to edit that out or not. So, happy human. I have to talk about narcissism because this is just something I just learned about. I thought narcissism meant people had a big ego. It couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but it's something that everybody needs to know now, because now is when people are raising their vibrations, and you won't be able to do it with narcissists in your life. You're going to have to cut the cords on that one and, send them on their way. Look, do I hate narcissists? No, I don't hate them. I feel sorry for them now that I know. Before, I was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? But now, I kind of feel sorry for them. Wait a minute, hold on, let me go get my mic. Is that better? Gosh, that's a beautiful thing. When I can go, decide to get my mic, go right into my office. There it is where I know it is. I don't have to look through a bunch of stuff. So all of that stuff is getting done. It's extremely important. I can't go forward without organizing my files and my computers. So there will be, on Happy Human, you have to know exactly what narcissism is. If you don't, I've done the research for you, and it's like everything clicks into place. People that you hate, you suddenly are not going to hate them, because once you find out about the narcissism and what causes them to be a narcissist, it's kind of like this business of these celebrities having all the essence of what is them taken out of them and put into a clone version of them that will never die, will never grow old, will never get tired, will never say no. So, yeah, and you can see the life draining out of these celebrities. And this last one with Donna, especially with that story in the Hidden Horrors, was just I can't hate these people. And so, same with these narcissists. I don't hate them. I do feel very sorry for them, and I do think you need to get away from them. If you are with or around any one of these people, they will drain your energy, and they have all different ways of doing it. And there's a lot of information out there that I will also share with you. The other thing is changing your home into a sanctuary. This is such basic stuff, but it works. And even people that come into my house, you know, like the guy that does my lawn, if he wants to talk to me about something, he'll come in and he'll be, or the guy that delivers the water. It's kind of funny because straight men come in my house and they go, oh man, this is cool. I like your vibe. You know, it's like everything changes when they come in my house. Just by bringing crystals and things into your home, you're changing the energy there, because your home has energy in it already. And so you want to create a place that you can come in and be calm. Another big way to change your home is function over form. This is huge because people say, oh, but that chair looks so good in that corner. Well, yeah, the chair might look good in the corner, but function over form. Where does it function for you in your life? Well, maybe you'd rather have it in front of the window where you could sit back in your chair and look out the window. You know, you have to look at each object and think function over form. Where am I going to use this? Is this in the way or is it helping? and in the kitchen, this becomes 1,000 times more important. You have to know where your tools are at any given moment, and you have to have them ready. You have to do your prepping. You have to have your spaces and figure out where am I going to put things while I'm, you know, doing other things. So I'm doing all of that for you. Another thing about having a functional, beautiful to you, because here's the thing. My dad, who was the ultimate minimalist, he was a builder. He knew how to build anything. He built beautiful homes. But in the end, when he got older, he moved out into the house in the back, which was his office, but it became his home. And there he had, the toilet didn't work properly. He had a sign by it. I'm like, Dad, why don't you get this fixed? You have the money. My father was very well off. Him and his business partner were about to work on building the freaking Hilton Hotel at the Dulles Airport. But you've got this paper bag by your toilet. But that's another thing. He used, you know how plywood, you build a wall, but then the other side of it has like the actual boards there. My father used that as a bookshelf. He says, why not? I got the perfect bookshelf right here. He walked around in camo. He lived a very frugal life when he didn't have to. I kept trying to get him to, you know, upgrade, but he was happy. So I just left him the way he was. And he was perfectly happy with his tuna fish sandwiches and his refrigerator full of Bud Light. Bud Light for the morning, and then regular Bud afternoon. And then at 10 o'clock, it was Jack time. I mean, but that's not me. And that's not, hopefully that's not you. So, yeah, what I'm saying is make it yours. Make it yours the way you love it. If you want a camo, if you want a sleeping bag, that's what my dad had, a sleeping bag on top of a bare bed. I'm like, Dad, it was what he wanted. You know, I've got video of this place he had in Florida that was just, you know, he had another beach house in Florida. He would buy these properties and these places. Anyway, enough talking about him. The point I'm trying to make is you have your particular things that are important to you. I like art. I like sculpture. I like looking at beautiful things, but some of my things are not functional. Like there's a chair back there. I won't let anybody sit in it because it's something I got at an antique place. I got a great deal on it. It's an original chair from 1949, and it was a prototype for the World's Fair, for a big exhibit on the World's Fair. It's signed, and I think it's a Hans Wegner chair, if anybody knows anything about furniture. Nobody's going to sit in that chair, but I walk around it all day loving the beauty of it. It's a sculpture to me, and I like them. I like looking up and seeing things that people have made with their hands. That it just gives me inspiration for every day. And I feel so grateful to even have these things tumble. I only paid $20 for that chair. I have some other ones that came with it that are very, very valuable collectible chairs. But I got them for $20 at the kayak place in the Hamptons. It's a long story. But the point of the matter is that's what makes me happy. My dad liked the plywood being used, you know. He got more his money's worth out of the plywood. He liked using the back of it as his bookshelf and for all his toiletry items and everything. He never put shelves in anywhere because it was already there. Anyway, so I have a lot of interviews, really interesting interviews from people like Gene Decode, Juana Savin, Raw Cloud, James Rink, and I have a lot of super soldier material that I want to reshare. I don't want that information to get lost, and I certainly don't want James, his amazing contribution, to be lost. There's also a lot of disclosure out now about Tartaria, Tartarian Empire, and what was stolen from the Tartarian Empire that we could be benefiting from right now. All the good things, such as THC and hemp and all of those things. There's people out there that are going to say, it was a conspiracy theory. It didn't really exist. But they obviously, as soon as they say conspiracy theory, it's a theory based on facts, okay? It's not a conspiracy theory because we are in the biggest conspiracy that ever existed. So everything is a theory. We're living inside of a conspiracy, a simulation, if you will. But everything is a theory. It's a theory based on facts. It's not a conspiracy theory. We've already proven the conspiracy. Do you see where I'm coming from? So these words that they use. Here's another one. LGBTQ friendly. Give me a break. How many gays? First of all, they have to figure out that you're gay. Okay? So, how many gay people have been thrown out of a pancake house because somebody thought they were gay? It doesn't even make any sense. It's there to make you feel like a victim. And if you look back, who are the real victims? Well, women are getting murdered and dumped by the side of the road, not gay men, women. There's been a couple of gay killings, but even those I think are CIA inspired, and they are sequestered by the news in order to use it as, oh yeah, here we can make them into bigger victims than women. Because they hate us. They hate women. That is proven by the WNBA. Oh, God. Somebody give me a hammer. I'm not going to say what I want to do with it, but a coal shovel would work too. Antique coal shovel, please. Don't give me one of these things from China. So LGBTQ people, you're not being thrown out of restaurants. You know it. I know it. Quit pretending. It's a manipulation to make you feel like you're a victim. Oh, you mean some places are not LGBT? When have you ever seen a restaurant that said no gays allowed? Come on now. They want women to feel like victims too. So, you know, it's like we're used to this. That's where the women's movement comes in. So they make you feel like victims, and then they come up with their women's movement. that alienate you from men. So guess what's not happening? These women aren't getting any dates. They're not going to be having any babies. Ugh. Oh, that was my sound off. Anyway, I have some wonderful, great interviews. A lot of them I've even forgotten what's on. And so I'm going to be re-showing those and be commenting on them like I am now and linking them to other things that we found out. It's all coming together. And I really want to talk about Epstein Island and these ceremonies that they're doing, which now makes a lot of sense, especially after this Steven Tyler thing that I showed. Because I was always wondering, Juan O'Savin talked to me about them having these ceremonies on Epstein Island and how Hillary was so lauded because she's a DNA, I believe a combination of Rothschild and Rockefeller DNA. She's got DNA that facilitates their agenda. In other words, now it's not even her anymore. It's a reptilian. Maybe they have, with their DNA, it could be possible that they are, I say this because of Fritz Springmeier's book, How to Create the Perfect Illuminati Slave. And they break the brain up into compartments, into different compartments. That's what the personalities are there, but the compartments are there to house the entities that want to come in. Excuse me. These entities that are bred and eventually sacrificed in order to allow these other entities to come into the vessel. And whether they use a clone for that or not, I'm not sure. But the original is... I don't think that's Anderson Cooper. None of them were meant... They were about ready to do it to Diana, I believe. That's what I believe. These are all my opinions based on all this research I've been doing. I think what we're looking at is various entities inhabiting these clone bodies, or if they can do it with the original body. I think, let me stop. I think when they breed them, they're using different kinds of DNA to get different types of results. So they're not always doing it the same way, but they are able then with this DNA to house entities. And eventually the original dies in a ceremony and the vessel is given over to a reptilian. And they are bred with reptilian DNA and other types of DNA in order to accept it. A human, it wouldn't work on because our DNA is different. But these people that they breed, it works. So what Juan was saying was that Hillary has the ability to call up these archons through these reptilian hybrids. So not only in these ceremonies, everything is chaotic and there's screaming and there's blood and all this stuff. And then the one who is actually like Aleister Crowley would have been the one, the head of the ceremony, the one holding the ceremony. They're the ones getting these archonic energies all worked up. So the idea is to be in the right place at the right time with the right person, such as somebody like Hillary, to what this being has become. Remember, they wheeled it out in a vacuum cleaner bag, a $35,000 vacuum cleaner bag that had all kinds of stuff going on underneath, okay? You could not see. You could just see shapes going on under there. Like, what is that? And ew, You spent $38,000 on that. So, and remember they picked her up by the seat of her pants and the back of her neck and tossed her into the van. So that wasn't Hillary. And then somebody else came out. Like a few hours later, somebody else was out there on the sidewalk talking to a little girl when she was supposed to have some kind of tuberculosis or something. People were being shown. So yeah, whoever this entity is that is occupying Hillary Clinton, whether it's several entities, whether it's one entity, they are able to conjure up these archons from these reptilian ceremonies that they do. And they use blood, they use scream, they use sound, which is screaming. And these demons, these demonic energies that can't manifest, are able to manifest only to a certain point, because the master of the ceremonies is controlling how much they can manifest, and they get angry. And so it's actually a dangerous thing to be around, because they get angry, they want out. So that's the way it was described to me to 107. And so then Christian 21, the original Christian 21, not the one that's out there now that spells his name with a K and goes shirtless and is, wow, totally different from the other one. But that's not what this is about. This is about the original coming out with things that click, that fit, that answer more than one question at a time. And he said these reptilians wouldn't even be alive right now. These particular ones that are here now, the warrior caste, reptilians, wouldn't even be alive now if it wasn't for these archons. These archons are keeping them alive. And that's what this is about, using our DNA to keep them alive. And really creating a grocery store of sorts for other species and other beings to use our DNA. Our DNA is different because it's a combination of DNAs. And so it's usable by a lot of different species. And so it's very desirable. And Johann Fritz, his interview is fascinating. And I'm going to show that again, because what he says is jewels aren't worth anything. Gold isn't worth anything. I mean, it's used, but it's not that valuable out in the universe. What they want is human DNA. Human DNA is the most valuable thing in the universe. So by shutting this matrix down, they've created a whole simulation around us to keep us here and keep us in low vibrations, because they can feed off of it. And they are extending their lives through us. Now, I'm going to make a comparison. This is kind of what the narcissist does. They feed off other people. Why? Because they have never been able to develop a core. And I'll get into this. But what I'm saying is the programming is narcissistic programming. It's the same as MK Ultra. Because from the very first moment they go into MK Ultra, they're being told that they're being tortured because they're special. Okay? And in many ways, especially in their world, they are special. So I have so many more surprises for you guys. I'm very excited about what's happening here in my house now. And all of this takes time, but I'm not going to lose contact with you guys. Why? Because you're high quality people, because you're high IQ people. If I wanted to right now, I could start a body cam, and I'm not putting body cam videos down at all. But what I'm saying is a lot of these people fighting in public places and stuff, it's low IQ entertainment. But I like low IQ entertainment sometimes. Sometimes I just want to get away from all the high IQ entertainment. But I'm going for the real gold here. I want to know what's really going on. And I'm not the kind of person to stop looking. It's just not in me. And so I would not lose contact with you guys. They say empaths are not supposed to explain. Just don't explain. Just don't give a shit. That's what empaths are supposed to do. Just don't give a fuck. That's many videos are titled, "Stop Giving a Fuck," and everything will come to you. Well, I still give a fuck, okay? I care about you people because you've been with me for such a long time. And I feel like I know you guys. And I could call you out by name if I wanted to right now, but I won't do that. I've already talked enough. But expect more of these. But I have to muddle through this stuff myself, and that's part of my ascension. I don't like doing these technical things. I get so mad. God, I get mad. I get so mad. I'm just like, ah, ah. And I'm not doing that now on purpose. If I feel myself getting mad, I stop. I stop doing it, and I go over here to the beast. Let's see if I can get him to be on camera. I have to move the microphone. Where are you? Where? Oh, look at you. You look so handsome. By the way, I got a body cam of my own. It only costs $60 on Amazon. And I'm going to cut his hair. I'm going to try to use the body cam when I cut his hair. Because I'm learning how to cut the dog's hair. Not only does that number one give me the haircut I want on my dog, I don't want him to look like a girl. They always make the Yorkies look like girls with the big puffy, no. I want him to look like a man. They're not going to trans my dog in the freaking pet groomer's place. I have to look and make sure his little weenie's still there. I had to do that with Truman because he always looked like a girl when he came out. No, that's not going to happen this time. I'm learning how to do it myself. And the extra added bonus is it's going to save me a lot of money because they cost a lot of money to get your dog groomed like that. So we're working on it. That is one good thing about this little, it's like a gigantic roast beef. When I pick it up, it's heavy. It's like a lamb. Like I've got like some kind of a lamb or a small cow or something in my arms. I'm like, God, you are dense. And he is very muscular and very powerful. Very powerful. And I'm going to keep him front and center because he's very important to my well-being. And I think anybody who has a pet knows what I'm talking about. Life is more fun with a pet, isn't it? We're working together on it. That's why I had the body cam. And I also want to I have a lot of things I want to do with that body cam. So look out. I'm coming. I hope you guys have a great day. Anyway, I will keep doing my little news updates too. But I just have to get this party started. Get this party started. You guys have a great day. I am a beaver. Oh, this dog does not like me. I am the beaver that you don't like. You're a beast. You're a beast. You get that beaver. You get that beaver. He got a new movie star luxury bed, and I can get in his bed with him. Look at him. Get that beaver. Get that beaver.